Hi everyone, welcome to DaryaCrochetLife. My name is Darya. Today I'm gonna show you how to make this really simple but cute crochet raffia bag. Please like this video, share and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's talk about materials that you need to make this crochet bag. So first of all, of course, you'll need a raffia yarn. I ordered this yarn from China, from AliExpress website. That's why I don't know the name of this yarn or any information, because there were no label. I weighted this ball. It's about 100 grams in this ball, and I'm gonna use 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. So if you want to follow the instructions like step by step, the same way if you want to follow my instructions, so I recommend you to find the raffia that will ask you to use 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. Sorry, I don't have any information. Though this raffia is really good, so there is nothing bad with it, and I really like that it was cheap. So for the bag, you will need, I think you will need about 200 grams raffia, but we'll see. And you'll need crochet hook. As I told you, I'm gonna use 4.5 millimeter hook. And for crocheting part, you will need a marker, but make sure that you are taking the marker that you can open and close. This is like something like that. Okay, we begin the crocheting with slip stitch. And then I want you to chain 25 stitches. So I have my foundation chain. There are 25 stitches. Next, I'm gonna make 3 chains, and those 3 chains will play the role of a double crochet. So after that, I'm making a yarn over, and I will insert the hook into the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. And making a double crochet. Then I would like you to make another double crochet and insert your hook into the same space as you use for the first. Then make double crochet in each next space. So 1 double crochet into every space. Work like this to the last chain in this row. So you will need to make 23 double crochet. Then I want you to make 5 double crochet into the last chain. All 5 will go into the same space. So we turned our work. You see, we turned our work. And after that, please put this short tail very close to the edge of the work, and make 23 double crochet. Each one will go into its own space, and you will use remaining loop 1 or 2. That will depend on how many loops you used of the foundation chain. So here on this edge we have loops. Let me show you. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Those are loops from the foundation chain. So I want you to use them and make 1 double crochet. Each one will go into its own loop into its own space. And while I'm working like this, you see how I put the tail on the edge, and this is how I weave this tail. I don't need to hide it later. So work like this. After you made 5 double crochet into the one spot, so make 23 double crochets. Next, I want you to find this last chain. So how to find it? It's very easy. You remember how we begin the row with 3 chain and 2 double crochet going into the same space. So here it is, the space. I want you to make 2 double crochet into this space, and then you need to finish your row by making slip stitch into the topest chain, into the 3rd chain from these 3 chains. So you insert your hook, grab the working yarn and pull it through the stitch. So here it is what you should have after the first round, and you're supposed to have 56 double crochet, and make sure to count these 3 chains, because they will count it as 1, then 2, 3. So always 3 chains you treat as 1 double crochet. In the second row, make 3 chains. Then you see this space between our 3 chains from the previous row and the first double crochet. We have a space here, this one, here. So you will always insert in this project, you will insert your hook into the space between double crochets. And I want you to make just 1 double crochet in this space. Then into the next space, make 2 double crochets. So make increase. When I say increase, that means that you're making 2 double crochet into the same space. Then work all row of double crochets, each one insert your hook all the time, insert your hook in the space between double crochets and make just 1 double crochet in every space. And you're supposed to have 23 double crochet. Next, make 5 increases. As I told you, 1 increase, that means you're making 2 double crochet into 1 space, and I want you to repeat these 5 times in total. Then make 23 double crochet, each one go into its own space. Into the next 3 spaces, I'm gonna make 3 increases. So I'm making 2 double crochet in 1 space. And now you need to finish this row by making slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning of the row. This is what you should have after 2 rows, after 2 rounds. And in this round, count the bars, count your double crochets, and it should be 66 stitches in this row. Let's begin the 3rd row. So I'm chaining 3 stitches. This would be the first double crochet. Then into this space between the 3 chains and the first double crochet from previous row, I'm making 1 double crochet. Into the next space, 1 double crochet. Into the next space, 2 double crochet. And then 23 double crochet, each one will go into its own space. Then make 1 double crochet into the next space, into the next space 1 increase. Repeat this double crochet and increase in total 5 times, so make it 4 more times around here. Then 23 double crochet, each one will go into its own space. Then I want you to make 1 double crochet and 1 increase, and you need to repeat this to the end of this row, like to this point. So you're making 1 double crochet, 1 increase, one double crochet, 1 increase, and you finish the row with 1 double crochet. And don't forget to make the slip stitch at the end of this row. And at the end of this row number 3, you're supposed to have 76 stitches. In the 4th row, this would be the last increase row. You begin with the chain 3, then make 1 double crochet into the next space, then make 2 double crochet, each one go into its own space, and then 1 increase. After that, as usual, make 23 double crochet, each one go into its own space on this side. Then I want you to make 2 double crochet, each one is going into its own space. 2 double crochet, 1 increase. Repeat this 4 more times, or 5 times in total. 2 double crochet, 1 increase. Then work 23 double crochet as usual on the next side. After that, I want you to make 2 double crochet and 1 increase. Repeat the part 2 double crochet, 1 increase in total 3 times, and finish this round with 2 double crochet and a slip stitch. So I made 2 double crochet, 1 increase once, double crochet, 1 increase, second time, two double crochet, one increase third time, and then I finish the row with 2 double crochet, and a slip stitch. Here is what you should have after 4 rows. I finished the base of my bag, and now I'm ready to make the bag itself, the length of the bag. So I will work in spiral, so I will not do the same thing with the slip stitch as I did on the base. I'm making 2 chains now, just at the beginning of this row, and then I won't start any of my next row with the chains. Then I need to make 1 double crochet into the space between 2 double crochets. So this one, it's obviously that it goes between those 2, so next we'll go into this space, next one into the next space, and I work like this to the end of this row. And when I will come to the end of this row, I will show you what to do next. And you're supposed to work like this without any increases, making 1 double crochet into every space, into every next space available. So you work like this to the end of this row. Okay, so I almost finished this row. Those my 2 chains that I made at the beginning of this row. So I need to make the last double crochet into this space. Like usually what you need to do, you need to make a slip stitch on top of the chain, right? But in this case you will have really ugly seam, very visible on your back. So I don't want that seam. That's why I decided to work in spiral. So next I'm gonna make my double crochet into this space between 2 chain and the next double crochet, and I will install marker here on those 2 chains that will indicate me the beginning of the row. So when I will work in rounds, I will know. So the side with the marker is the beginning of the row. And then that's very easy. I'm making 1 double crochet in every space, the same way as usual. You can work as many rows as you want. It will all depend on your the desired length of the bag. So yeah, I will make in total 30 rows. So we did 4 rows for the base, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, 5th row, is the first one that goes to the length of the bag. So in total I will make 30 rows, and I will see you then, because now I will work without any increases until I reach my desired length, and I will show you how to finish your row, how to finish the bag. And then we'll crochet some handles, but I will show you how to install leather handles too. So
See you when I'll have all of my 30 rows done. All right, I finished the length of the bag in total from the first row. Like if I count, I have 30 rows in total. And this marker shows me that I have the beginning of the row somewhere over here. You don't need to be very specific and to know exactly where is the beginning of the row, but try to find something like on the side. If you fold it like this, you see this is not exactly the same size, and we need to adjust it a little bit. So I fold it, you see, yeah, here it's more visible. So I will make like a triangle or something like that, and you can follow exact my like stitches, but you can adjust them according to your raffia and to your bag. So make one more double crochet, and then check. Okay, this side is going too high, so I'm making half double crochet. So yarn over, insert the hook into the next space, pull it through, and yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And I will make several of them and then check again, because I will finish with single crochets. So I made 3 half double crochet, like, yeah, I think that's good. So maybe one more half double crochet. So I don't have exact pattern on that. This here you should always check on your bag. So then I will make several single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Let me check one more time. Yeah, I think that's good. Now that's good. Maybe one more single crochet and then make a slip stitch. Slip stitch into the next space. And then you will have even bag from, you see, this edge is straight, is really nice, and it's not so visible that you have some other stitches here, so that's okay. You can cut the yarn on this point and use some leather handles. Let me show you. Okay, let's talk about handles. So I think that for this particular design you can make 2 types of handles. I'm gonna show you, like I'm making 2 bags actually right now. So one would be with leather handles. So it's pretty simple to attach them. You just sew them with the same raffia. I just attached one handle and I need to make another one, like on this side. So that's very simple, and I like this look. So yeah, you can have those handles, and I leave all links to all products that I'm using in this video in the description box below. Please check it out. For another bag, I'm gonna make crocheted handle. So first of all, you need to cut this tail. We will weave these at the end of our work. So it doesn't matter from which side you will start, and you need to make like 2 handles, like, so we will go like this and we will seam them, so you will have seam on the top, so basically that would be just 1 handle. So but we will make them, we will work in 2 pieces. So you, yeah, let me grab my marker because I'm gonna need it. So fold the bag like this, so you will know exactly where are sides. So you fold the bag in half like this. It doesn't matter from which side you begin, it really doesn't matter. So, but your task is to make sure that it's folded really nicely, and though that this is 100% the side. So make sure that you didn't like change it somehow, move it somehow. So I fold it in half, and from this side I have 1 stitch on the side, but I will start counting from this point, from this stitch, and I need to count 13 stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So on the 13th I have my marker, and if I count like this, 13, then 14, and count like this, so in total it would be 26 stitches, and my first row, in my first row of the handle I will have 26 stitches. And when you make the first row, make sure that two sides, 2 layers line up nicely. So now what I'm doing, I'm inserting the hook straight into this stitch like this, grab the working raffia, pull it through, and I can make a double knot here. Then I will put this tail on top of the edge, and I will work and weave this tail while I'm working. So then insert the hook into the same space, grab the working yarn, and make 3 chains. Turn your work. Those 3 chains, you should treat them as the 1 double crochet. In the first row, you will not work as we did here on the back. You will not insert your hook in the space between 2 double crochet, but do it traditional way, do it like classic way. Insert your hook into on top of the double crochet like this, and make 26 double crochet in total. So now I have 2 because I treat 3 chains as 1. So work like this and make 26 double crochet. So I finished the first row of the handle. Look, when I fold it like this, those 2 edges lined up perfectly. So that is like, I'm really happy that that happened. Okay, so then into the next row I'm gonna decrease. I'm making 2 chain, turn my work. So I will make 1 decrease at the beginning of the row and 1 decrease at the end of the row. In this row, I will insert my hook again in the spaces between 2 double crochet. Now I will insert the hook into this space between first, like last, and second last double crochet from the previous row. Grab the working yarn. I have like 3. Basically, yeah, make just 1 double crochet. Since we had 2 chains here, that means for me like 1 like 2 double crochet together, like 1 decreased double crochet. And when you count your stitches, you will count these as one stitch. So make the next double crochet, next in the next space. So you work like this almost to the end of the row. I'll see you at the end to show you what to do next. So here at the end of my row, I have 1, 2, 3, 3 last spaces. I'm making 1 double crochet into the next space, and into the next 2 spaces I will make a decrease. So yarn over, insert my hook, grab the working yarn, have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and don't finish the double crochet. Make another yarn over, insert into the last space, grab the working yarn, supposed to have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, all of 3, and you will treat this as 1 stitch. So this decrease as 1 stitch, and if you count stitches on this in this row, so those 2 you will count as 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're supposed to have 24 stitches. So the same way you're working as many rows as you want. I will work the same way until I have 8 stitches in a 1 row. So you can work until you have 10 stitches, so this way your handle would be a little bit wider, or you can decrease more and your handle would be less wide. Okay, so you make 2 chain, turn your work, and then insert your hook into this space between the double crochet and the decrease here, and make a double crochet, and remember you count this as 1. So then work all double crochets until you have 2 spaces where you will make a decrease. At the end of the row, you're supposed to have this 1 decrease, and so the space between decrease and the next stitch, and another space, so just 2 spaces. And I'm making decrease here. And again, don't forget that you count decrease as 1 stitch. So in this 3rd row, you're supposed to have, so we had 26, 24, 22 stitches. And I'm gonna work like this. I'm gonna repeat this row until I have 8 stitches in 1 row. Don't forget that you count decrease as 1 stitch. So I finished 10 rows, and now I have 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After that, I will work without any decreases, and I will show you how I will make my row without decreases. So make 2 chains, turn your work, and make the double crochet between the decrease and the next double crochet in this space. So make the 2nd double crochet here, 3rd, so this is 7th, and 8th will go between the decrease and this double crochet. Don't forget that you count first 2 chains as 1 stitch as 1 double crochet, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then you make 2 chains. That would be our first stitch. Turn your work and go between those 2 double crochets, insert your hook there and make another double crochet and work like this to the end of this row, and the last will go in this space between those 2 chains and these double crochets, so here. And you're supposed to work like this as many rows as you wish. I don't know exactly how many rows I need now, but I assume that from the beginning of my handle, from this row, I need to make, so I want to try to make 12.5 inches. So I will always constantly measure my handle like this row. So now I have about like a little bit more than 6 inches. So, and I will stop when I'll have 12.5 inches. So I finished from the beginning where I installed the working yarn and start making the handle. I have 24 rows here, and this is 12.5 inches. I think that would be enough. So like this, yeah, because this is just half of the handle. Now I need to cut this tail, fasten it off. Pull the tail through the loop. I don't need a long tail on this side. And now I will repeat the same handle on the other side, on this side. See you when we'll have 2 handles together. So I finished 2 parts of the handle, and now I'm ready to make the seam. So here on top I will have a seam. And what I'm doing, like you remember, on the first handle I cut the tail, so it is short, and on the other handle I still have the working yarn, so the tail goes to the working yarn. And now my task is to put those 2 so the tail will be like this. There is no, like, the handle is not tangled. Good. I will put right side facing each other, so wrong side of each handle is outside now. Okay, I have 8 stitches in every like handle. That means I need to make 8 stitches too. I will make my seam by making slip stitches. So I insert my hook into the first layer, then into the second layer, like first stitches of each layers, then yarn over, pull through all loops that I have, make this loop a little bit bigger, insert my hook into the next, like on top of the double crochet from the previous row, from one layer, this second double crochet on another layer, and make next slip stitch. So, and I work like this to the end of this row, so in total it would be 8 slip stitches. Make sure that you are not working too tight, neither too loose. So golden middle is the best. Yeah, here the last stitch I will insert my hook right into this space between chain and double crochet, and here on top of the double crochet too. So this is my seam, and this is the right side. From the right side, I think it looks really nice. So now I need to look, so I will continue crocheting, and I need to look to the right side of the handle. putting back the working yarn. So now I will make a single crochet here on the edge, like I will make a circle here and then and this side too. So first you need to make chain 1, then insert your hook into the next space and make single crochet. So and then make on each double crochet you need to make two single crochet. So but there is no exact rule, like very strict rule where to insert your hook. I just don't want you to insert your hook here on the big loops, so between those two stitches, because if you'll do that you will have really big gaps and that won't be like pretty. So that's why I want you to insert your hook in the double crochet or like chain and make your single crochet. So and work like this, like here, 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 and you come back and you finish the row by making a slip stitch into the first single crochet in a row. Then count your stitches and make the same here. So attach the yarn here, like next to our seam, and then make the row of single crochet like on this side, and that would be it for crocheting part of our bag. So I crocheted, like here my seam, I crocheted along the handle, and then I came to this spot where like my bag meets the handle. So I'm making the last single crochet on the handle, but not to the end. So I grab the working yarn, pull it through, and I have 2 loops on the hook. Then like make sure that you are not inserting your hook in this space because it's already used by this stitch. So you insert your hook into the next space, grab the working yarn one more time, and you're supposed to have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and you will have really nice connection here. Then here along the like edge of the bag, you just make 1 single crochet in every next space, and you insert your hook on top of the double crochet from the previous row, not between 2 double crochets as we did before. And when you come to this place where you need to make a good like joint, so again this last space and the first space here, you are making like a decrease, like a joint, the same that I showed you over here. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment. I'll try to explain you somehow differently. So now I'm at the end of my single crochet round, and now I need to make just 1 slip stitch into the first single crochet in our round. Tighten that, and that's it. Cut the tail, fasten off, and that's it. So you need to make the same single crochet row on the other side, and your bag would be ready. And now I want to show you how I weave all my ends. As you can see, I have so many ends, and the easiest way is to use a smaller sized hook. I'm gonna use 3mm hook for that. So that's very simple. You just find any loop that is close to the tail, yarn over, grab that tail, pull it through that loop. Then find another loop and pull through that loop too. And and you work like this until the tail is gone. Of course, you can, like, this is too long and that would be too much work for you, so I think I will repeat this several more times and then stop and just cut the tail. So raffia is pretty good yarn, and the tails usually they don't pop up. That's good. So yeah, when you finish weaving all your ends, that's it for the crocheting part, and then you need to make, if you want, a lining for the bag. I'm gonna make a lining, but unfortunately I'm not so good in sewing, so I don't really know how to show you how to sew the. All right, so I finished my lining, my inner bag. Let me show you. So this is my seams, my side seams, and this is how I did like square shape, basically. Yeah, so I have two side seams. This is the square. I have two side seams, and here at the bottom I also have a seam because my fabric was too small. And then I fold it like this and measure like 10 centimeters or 4 inches and make a seam here. Yeah, then I cut it this small triangle. So this is basically the shape of the inner bag. And also I sew the snap here, so it will close easily. Okay, and now we can attach, we can sew this inner bag into our raffia bag, crocheted bag. So first of all, you need to put the lining inside and make sure that your sides, make sure that your side seams are on the sides of the bag. So make sure, maybe pin it. All right, so I pinned the inner bag to the crocheted bag, to the raffia bag. I pinned it with safety pins, like here, here, and on both sides. Then I prepared my sewing thread. I will be sew with double threads, and here at the end I have a knot. So now I'm going to show you the principle of how to attach the lining to the crocheted bag. So here on top of the lining we have a seam. You see here we have a seam. Yeah, it is here, the seam. So I'm gonna use just this back layer of my fabric, and first let me make a small stitch like this. So I will try to make all my stitches closer to this seam that I made on my sewing machine. So my first stitch would be on the fabric, and this knot will be inside, so that's okay. Then I need to find out the row where I'm gonna attach the lining on the crocheted bag, and make sure that all the time you are picking the inside loops. So it is very simple to do, to be honest. Yeah, I think I will. So I will use these like this. That would be perfect for the lining. And find some inside loop and make a stitch on the back. Then make one stitch on the lining, like here and a little bit further, and make sure that you are not going with your needle like this to the other side, but you are taking just one layer of the fabric. Check yourself. Don't see the needle. That's great. Make a stitch. So that's it. You work like this to the end of this row. So then I found the next loop and making one stitch here on the lining. Constantly checking myself that I'm using just one layer of the fabric. This will help to attach the lining very nicely, and it would be like you're attached with the sewing machine, but in reality no, you attach it with your hands. And on the other side, on the right side of the work, there is no sewing threads. You see? No sewing threads popping up, so really nice. So work like this until you attach the whole lining. And my friends, I finished this bag finally. So this is the lining. I like the final result. I think it's okay. It's looking good. Yeah. So if you will crochet the bag using this tutorial, please give me a credit and use this hashtag that you can see right now on the screen. Using this hashtag I can find your work, and that would be really nice to see what you've done using this tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Please like and share this video if it was useful for you, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring the bell so you will receive notifications about all of my new videos. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.